Oh, wow. Immediate like and viewer. Thanks, man. No enders on this side. No wheat penny enders. Okay. You want what? I like your setup. Yeah. So this desk I got from my mom. She used to use it as a work desk, but I acquired it, and with only about $15, I acquired a pipe, and the total setup was about like $80. So if you guys don't know what I'm using for a setup, I use a mat, which of course buy these from Amazon. I have these lids, which I have, I put all my fun stuff in here. I have a microscope off screen and this scale here. The great thing is everything except for this scale runs off of USB-C. Hey, we are another day in. Let's get started on our daily box hunt, and let's see if we can find some Wheaties. Well, we're gonna find some. Just let's hope we can find some good ones. Reminder, we have only 25 wheat pennies that we have to get. Not a lot, but the rarity of these wheat pennies is something I can't ignore. Just like my German Shepherd barking in the background. Yeah, thanks for your comment on the setup, though. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I built it. I built it all myself. It took me a while to chisel this hole here. Like, I drilled a hole that was about 3-inch wide, and I chiseled it. But as a consequence of this chiseling, there is a little bit of damage here. But this is not glued. You can actually take this funnel out. Oh, there's a Canadian penny. This funnel right here is actually a 3 to 1.5 inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe. And this right here, of course, that right there is a 4 to 2 inch Schedule 40 pipe. So yeah, these are PVCs. There's Woody. You can find these pieces regularly at Menards. So if you don't know, this area right here is where the pennies go down, and then there is there's a bucket on the other end where these little containers, or no, where these pennies go in, and they fall in the bucket. And then later I'll go and I'll take them and wrap them so I can send them back to the banks. And at the top, which you're about to see, the top, this little funnel right here, the big one, that is that's my waste chute. So I put my paper shreddings down that, and it goes into a little waste bin. Then I take the waste bin, put it to a bigger bin, and then I'll haul that off to recycling, which I almost got 50 gallons of penny wrappers. Man, that garbage can sure did, it sure does hold a lot of shellings. Probably holds about 3 months of shellings. I go to a college that has recycling, so I'll go take it in maybe in a couple days. Hello, viewer. Oh, he's such a good boy. But yeah, if you really like my setup, I have a video of me building it on, on a video, you know. And if you want to, feel free to copy. How I built this was I took a 2-inch, I took a 3-inch drill. If you don't know, there's like these drills you could put on the end of an impact gun, an impact drill driver. Actually, no, I'm a noob. I don't know what it's called, but of course, it's the one where you put drill bits in, you squeeze it, and you hold the collar of it, and then it squeezes the little needles in between. I used that, and I drilled a 3-inch hole, and it just barely. Oh man, you'd think this is a wheat penny, but it's 71. Anyway, I did that, and it barely went. I barely crammed in the funnel. So to compensate for that, I chiseled, and that chiseling allows it to sit in there without glue. I tried to screw it in because I have a quote unquote mod. Like for example, if I ever do a penny, oh thank you. If I ever have a penny bag, I'm gonna put this here. My crimper's in the way. Goodness gracious. So if I ever have a bag of pennies, I can do that. So watch this, like. So I have to lift up and then dump them into the thing. I should I may have to. I should do that. And of course, by the way, this right here is a 3-inch, 22.5 degrees Schedule 40 PVC. And if you, I just tried to scoop it in. That's how much muscle memory I have. So yeah, I'd like, toss it down here. And of course, if I don't want this, I can just pull it out. So this piece has a female end here, and it has a male end here. So you could just, there, it stays in place. You can take it out, of course, which it doesn't need to sit in there permanently. I tried to screw in this funnel because of that piece, but I accidentally destroyed my desk. I'm annoyed at that. It was so perfect until I screwed it in. I had to get too meticulous about it. But still, a very good build. And by the way, I do recommend, like, what I did is I took my funnel and I flipped it upside down. This is the same funnel, but I took it out because I have OCD. So I put this here, and I drew a line around it. And then I found the center of the circle, and if you don't know, a lot of these circle drill hole things, they have a drill down the middle, so that way it'll guide you. A good tip to do that to make these holes is to drill a hole at the center, which I think is what I did. And after that, with the drill in the center of this like circle screw or a circle drill, it will guide itself neatly and drill through. But I will warn you, if you do drill these cables like this, it will release a lot of sawdust. So get ready to clean up. Also, by the way, below me, I have a power outlet, and it's physically bolted to the wall. Like, if you tried to rip it off, you would probably rip a chunk of the desk out. That's because it's bolted. Bolts. There's Canadian penny. Nice, 1964 with Canadian penny with some shine on it. No wheat pennies yet. Damn. But, it's a long watch. So, honestly, I wouldn't, like, sit down and watch it. It's more of like you're doing something and then you can just, like, listen to it. It is long, and I will admit it is tedious. The only reason I released it is because it's a document of my work, and I have too much space on my I don't have enough space on my phone. So if anybody ever watches a video like, why are you doing this? Why does this video exist? It's mostly, if it's not entertainment, I just post it for anybody that's interested, and it also acts like a document of my work. Ready? You separate zinc and copper. What do you use? So I follow a general rule. What? I am very good at this. So there's 3 ways you could separate them: by date, by scale, and by Rydale. Rydale's the best, but it's the most expensive way. By year is good, but the only problem is 1982s. However, I do a scale method. So, for example, anything 1981 and before, all memorial pennies 1981 and before are coppers. However, 82 is where it gets tricky. Most 82s are copper. Not all of them, though. So, for example, I see this. That's a 1973. I know that this is a copper, so boom, it goes right in my hand. That's 78. I know that's a copper as well. Here's a 83. They can be copper, but it's rare for them. So we get there. There's 2009, by the way. So I don't know if we'll find one. Hopefully we'll find one so I can show you as an example. Yep, and there's more coppers. Like, I know those are you. Then, if I find one, give me a second. So the 1982s are the most minted penny of all of the Lincoln cents. And yep, here we go. We have a 1982. It's most likely copper. But I put it on the scale, and it's going to read one of 2 things. It's going to read roughly around 3.1 grams. And if it does, that's a copper. If it reads 2.5, that's a zinc. However, a lot of pennies will have a little bit less, or sometimes a little bit more weight. The reason it has less weight is because it wears down over time, and microscopic amounts of metal are lost. Or, if it gains weight, this is because either it is a counterfeit, or more likely than not, it is got like garbage or gum or junk on it. Of course, I've been searching pennies for almost 3 years now, and I know the years of coppers. Copper pennies. 10 rolls in, we should have 2 wheat pennies. We have none. We are just, oof, we're suffering today. So, yeah, the coppers, finally we got our first wheatie. 1951 Denver. Wheat penny number 1. There we go, we finally got one. Maybe it'll be like yesterday, where it started slowly, but it got better. So I use a scale to separate the coppers out. Of course, if you find anything 1980, any memorial 1981 and before, that's 100% copper. Unless it's like a very, 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 very rare and slightly illegal like a 1974 aluminum cent. They should make pennies out of aluminum. Or steel again. We'd actually make money if we made them out of steel. We'd make a 3 times profit margin. Our Canadian penny. We have more Canadian pennies than wheat pennies. What the hell? So yeah. Here's an 82. It looks like a is it not a copper? A zinc. Also, there's two types of 19. There's actually two groups of 1982s. There's a copper and zinc, and then there's a large date and a small date. 2 multiplied by 2, and you get 4 4 memorial pennies that you can get. But multiply this by 2 again, and you get 8. Actually, you get 7. What? How's math work? That does not equal 7. No, it doesn't. But the reason is because the Denver Mint has denied that it struck 1982 small dates, but they did. They didn't do many. They only got a couple out, and those are rare. Those are very rare. So although there's 8, we just say 7 because the 1982 Denver small date is very rare to get. Zinc pennies, the ones going down the chute, will be repackaged and sent to banks when I go to get my supplies to resupply on Thursday. Esmint. I saved the Memorial Esmints. I love them. Memorial Esmints are they're not extremely rare, but they're a little bit of a mildly uncommon sight. There's a Woody. There's an 09. Seems like there's a fair amount of copper. Maybe. Yeah, but it looks like we're just not getting wheat pennies today. I don't know what it is with, today. By the way, guys, we're gonna be doing doing something we haven't done in a long time, or I haven't done in a long time. I will be searching a penny bag. And if no one knows, a penny bag is essentially 2 boxes of pennies wrapped into 1 unit. I want to try that as an experiment. From the bank that I ordered from, I did, instead of doing 4 boxes, I did 1 bag and 2 boxes. It really stinks. I'm looking at all these copper-looking pennies. I'm looking for a wheat penny because they have a distinctive, like, color to them. And I flip one over that looks like a wheatie, and it's just like a 70s. That's a big kick in the nuts. They're 2009. I like those. Also, I was mentioning earlier about something called a Rydale sorter. It's like $700, but it sorts coppers automatically. It's really cool. I don't have the money for it. Like, I mean, I could save up, but I just don't feel like buying one right now. Let's save for other things. Oh, there's finally another Wheatie. 1957 Denver. Wheat penny number 2. So currently, according to my database, we are currently under the possession of, ready for this? 5,965 wheat pennies. We are slowly crawling to that 6,000 wheat penny mark. Filling. 09. Ugh. I'm fine. Ugh. Man, earlier this year, on the 18th of August, I found a 1924 Denver. That is currently my rarest coin I've ever discovered. It has got a... Hello, other viewer. Hey, another like. Thanks, guys. So yeah, it's got a mention of like 3 million. It's the 5th rarest penny by variety. What? You're welcome. Oh, why are you saying you're welcome? Yes, thank you. Again, that wheat penny, the 1924 Denver I found, gives me hope. I know I've said this so many times. But if I can find that rare-ass wheat penny, I can find some pretty good stuff. I just gotta keep on the grind. How I found that thing before other ones that are not as rare. I don't know. The most common wheat penny I need to find is the 43S. It is a steel penny. And they're a little bit uncommon. However, someone's going to say, but Race, steel pennies are not rare. There's an estimate. And you are correct. You are 100% correct. However, it seems to be that in circulation they are uncommon. My finger that I point to this is most likely that coin wrapping facilities use magnets because American currency is not ferromagnetic. Meanwhile, a lot of countries, specifically like Mexico, they use ferromagnetic materials in their coins that can be attracted with a magnet. We're one of the few countries I've actually seen to use non-magnetic materials. The steel penny is probably, I think, the only magnetic piece of U.S. currency ever struck. Well, I love you. Actually, I take that back because $1 bills are slightly magnetic. Oopsies. Anyway, we are 20 rolls in. We should have 4 wheat pennies. We only got 2. Good grief. Anyway, like 43 copper or 43 steels or steel pennies are like the only magnetic coin the United States has produced on a huge basis in this Canadian penny. So honestly, I think they are picked out by magnets on the assembly line or the wrapping facilities, and they're just removed. What they do with them, I don't know. However, I think not copper, steel pennies were supposed to serve as a placeholder because of our redirection of copper to the war effort of World War II. However, once the war was over, steel pennies had their purpose served, and a couple of them, at least I think like 10% of them were melted down. I'd say almost, I would be surprised if a further 20% or 30 was lost to, other sources. $17 filling. $17 filling. Got that. Nice. Ready? Whew. Alright guys, when I stream Minecraft tonight, I don't know if I'm gonna stream long. I just want to stream Borderlands 4. Can you blame me? I just really like the game. I keep exactly the same mints and dates you do. Nice. I keep wheat pennies, woodies. Woodies, again, these are not valuable. They're not rare. They're just more like fun collectibles. Who doesn't like 17 Phillies? I got thousands of them. Halfway through the box, you should have 5 wheat pennies. We only got 2. Yeah, they are. Huh. Good to know. $17 billion. Ooh. Aw. Oh, that was a 33. Damn. $17 Ready. I keep it. Yeah, I keep them all. Right. 30 rolls in, and we should have 6 sweet pennies. We only got 2 again. Damn. Ugh. $17.50. No kidding, rigged. So fulfilling. Oh, another viewer. Thank you, third viewer. Another Canadian penny. Why do we have more Canadian pennies than we do Wheaties? A little over 2 ounces. Nice. Alright, that's not like what, 30 bucks? I thought silver's like 15 an ounce. I forgot. Woody. Oh, 09. We've not gotten a wheat penny for a while. How did we get one? Finally, we got another one. 1952 Denver. Good grief. That took a while. That's a third wheat penny. We should have almost 8 by now. Basement. Oh, 9. Alright, 10 rolls left. We should have 8 wheat pennies. We have 3. Pathetic. We have another one. 1956 Denver wheat penny. Number 4. 09. Number 09. Canadian penny. Happy Shepherd. Estimate. $19.58 Denver. Wheat penny number 5. Disgusting piece of... What part of the country are you in, if you don't mind? Central Illinois. Philly. 5 rolls left. Yes, man. I'm in Northwest Mississippi. Junior is? No, I don't know that. Hey guys, you want to know where I am based around? Because you want to know numismatic data. Estimate. If you want to know Central Illinois average, we get roughly 10 to 15 wheat pennies per box. Or 9. $17 Philly. Estimate. $17 Philly. Ew. Last roll. Hey, that is box. Good grief. We only got 5 of them. That is horrible. Stretch. 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 Okay. Alright, wheat pennies, we got 5. That's abysmal. Half of the expected, not bad. Not great, not terrible, as a famous Chernobyl liquidator would say. Okay, that 9 bicentennials. 11, 17 Phillies. 6 Esmonts. Actually, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one of them that was hiding. 7 Esmonts. 7 pennies. 6 Canadian pennies. No Indian head cents. Let's run this machine. Hopefully tomorrow we will do better. $568 copper pennies. How is my copper bucket doing? Looks like we're roughly a third of our way into the copper bucket that we are currently working on. Anyway, I will be playing a little bit of Minecraft. And I'll probably shower. After I shower, play some Borderlands. Okay, guys, have a nice one. I'll be back in a couple minutes.